morning. It is a brand new week here on Crafters TV. Boy, are we excited. If you only knew the fabulous things that we have got coming your way this week. It is absolutely action-packed, and it starts right here. I'm not alone this morning. Sara's in the building. Morning, Sara.
My word, you are chirpy. You can tell it's Monday and he's had the whole weekend off to rest and recuperate after the Saturday morning shenanigans in here. So, yes, let me just say, even I felt excited listening to Joe there. He's right, though. We have an amazing week of shows planned for you, and the one we've planned today is actually, if you remember a couple of weeks ago, I did an Edgeables masterclass and you guys absolutely loved it. We probably had the best feedback that we'd seen up to then of shows from that one class. So I said to the team, look, most people have had their Edgeables delivered now. Most of you watching at home will have some Edgeables. Even if they're not the ones on this show, you will have some Edgeables. So let's go back to it. Now we do official masterclass shows. Do a really in-depth masterclass, as Joe says, and try and cover loads and loads of techniques. So I am going to be here, demo for the next couple of hours. Joe's going to keep you right with everything going on, what we've got in the show. Isn't that right, boss?
I'm gonna do my best, and that's all I can do. Yeah, we've got some fantastic deals coming up for you in this show. Don't forget to get involved and join the conversation with us over on Facebook. I'll be monitoring the Crafters TV Facebook page, so do pop along there and comment along in the Facebook Live. If you want to share, maybe you watched the Edgeables masterclass that we did previously, and maybe you've been trying out all of those techniques. We would love to see your pictures. We would love to see how you are getting on. If you want to send us any photos, you can do that. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. In the comments on Facebook, let me know what you've been up to over the weekend. I'd love to know. Mine was boring. I spent it doing bookkeeping all weekend, a whole year's worth of bookkeeping. Not the nicest thing. Anyway, I'm glad to be back and back in the studio. So let's crack on. I want to share with you, firstly, this fantastic collection that we've got on the double-sided dies. Now, double-sided dies, so popular. They are, remember, patented technology as well. And it basically means that, you know, the dies are always effective, but you're getting double the amount of work done in just one pass, which is fantastic. So we've got all of these on the show. I adore this one. It's just gorgeous there with the acetate. So you've got loads of them included here. So you're going to be receiving heart to heart, dancing butterflies, shining stars, fleur-de-lis, pretty florals, garden border, and diamond lattice as well. And you've got a fantastic saving. You're saving over 25% on that. Sara's going to be taking us through those very shortly. Remember, if you do want to jump ahead and shop ahead, as many already, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. All the deals are live there, and also there's a better than 50% off craft vault coming up later. All of those deals are now live on the website too. I want to show you the Ornate Edgeables, because these have been so incredibly busy since we launched them, and it's easy to see why, because they are drop dead gorgeous is what they are. This one here is your Edwardian rose that you can see. It's really beautiful. You've also got Venetian scroll. There is a butterfly lace, traditional lace, heartfelt wishes, and you've also got ornate henna. Let me just show you what you can do just with, this is just using one of them, the ornate henna. So you can see there it's been used over the top of a card, absolutely beautiful. And also, completely differently, and looks totally different, even though it's the same die, doubled up and used either side there. This, I think, is going to be the product in the show that I'm worried about not lasting the entire show, because you get all of them for £41, which is fantastic value. You're saving over 40% on that. 5% has gone in the first 5 minutes of us going live this morning, so it lets you know just how busy we are. I'm really making a mess here, aren't I? It's good you won't have time to tidy it up in a minute. Now, I want to show you these. Now, these are so adorable. We bring you the Peekaboos a lot, but I'll tell you what we haven't had in stock for a while is the die that actually cuts the aperture to allow you to pop those Peekaboos in. It's the square frame. Now, the square frame is $12.99 or $18.95. Check out the price on your screen. Yep, you pay for this, you get these two free. I said you buy one, you get two free. Absolutely, and these are gorgeous dies. They are, and stamps, of course. And what's great about them is that they make really, really playful cards like this. So you can see what you're able to do here is you're able to cut the window to get your sentiment in there. You've got this cute little character here as well. And then when you spin it around, you even get the stamp to put the back side of that on as well, which is fantastic. These are the back side, yeah. The back side, what else could I call it other than the back side? I don't know. Back side doesn't sound right, does it? The inside, there we go, the inside, backside, inside, you know, what am I like? Anyway, one more, so $12.99, amazing, buy one, get two free there. And then also we've got as well some extra words. Now, the great thing is about these, I'm pretty sure, let me just line these up, pretty sure that these words would work with the frame that is coming included with the Peekaboos, which is fantastic. Now, is that £10 for all of them? £10 for all of them, £2.50 per die set with stamps. That is shut the front door, shut the back door and put the bins out, because that is a fantastic deal. So you've got in here, you've got live, you've got thinking, hope and thanks. 5% already gone here as well. I think these might go. A lot of you shopping ahead on the website. Right, I think I need to, oh hang on, do you know what I haven't told you about? The great deal that we've got on the Centura Pearl for you as well. So we've got the precious metals, which is this one here, which is just gorgeous. Got all of your lovely silvery, bronzy, goldy, platinum colours in there. It's a real great weight as well. 310 GSM, so it's going to be perfect for construction, wonderful for card blanks as well. But that's not all you're getting, because you're also getting the pastels. Look at this, a beautiful summery palette there for you to get crafty with. Both of those for £15 or $23. We also got the mixed brights as well on the show. They're two for £10. A mixture of tape, papers and card. Ooh, you've been waiting for this, a lot of you. The deal when it comes to the tape pens. I don't know how we've got this back, but we have. With the tape pens, buy 8, get 12. Which is unbelievable, considering that these are a core item that we struggle to keep in stock at the best of times. So if you've been waiting for that fabulous tape pen deal, today is the day to get yourself stocked up. $31.92 if you're in the UK, or $47.92 if you're in the US. Let's dip into Facebook, see who's with us this morning. Helen's here in Ipswich. I can see Debbie in Devon. Christine is in New York. Hello. Kirsten is watching us from Germany as well. And Kim says hi from Indiana. She's been watching Crafters Companion videos all night. She's pulled an all-nighter as Kim in Indiana. Now, keep commenting away. Make sure you get your orders in. I'll try and let you know what the stock situation's like as we go along. It's a very, very busy start. I can see there's loads of you online. I know Sara's got so much she wants to show you in the show, so we better get cracking, haven't we?
We'd better get cracking, Joe, indeed. It's going to be a jam-packed show. A couple of shout-outs. I just have been having a little read of the comments on both Facebook and YouTube. So over on YouTube, let's have a look. Denise is saying she's looking for ideas for Mother's Day. Denise, we'll get you sorted this morning. For those of you in the UK, Mother's Day is in May in the US, you see, so it's coming up in a few weeks' time. So I'll get you sorted with some ideas, Denise. Angela's watching, so she says she's got the Edgeables out, she's going to craft along with us. Diana's saying she's just got the foiler, she needs all the help she can get. Well, obviously, Diana did that fantastic foiling masterclass last week. Go back, and it was this time last week, wasn't it, Joe? Yeah, last Monday. Go back and watch last Monday's masterclass. Was epic. There's nothing left what we were selling there, but you can still watch it back to learn all the techniques, right? Right, and then on Facebook, Sue's watching us on the big telly. Hi, Sue. For those of you that have, I do a little bit of a shout out with this every few weeks. If you're sitting watching us like I am right now on your phone,
send us a selfie.
Oh yes. Joe wants a selfie. So what you need to do is you can put us on your big telly. So if you've got a smart TV in the lounge or in the bedroom or wherever you're watching, if you've got a smart TV, you can put the YouTube app on, or you can have it on your phone and you can airdrop it to the big telly. So for those of you that are watching us on the big telly, big shout outs for the big telly people. Send us a selfie. So take a selfie of you watching the big telly, send it to studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk and we'll get you on our big telly. Everybody can see you. Right, Annika's saying, oh, Sarah's wearing orange, it must be spring. Well, it's like a reddy orange, isn't it? Yes, I felt very springtimey in my nice springy dress this morning. And June said she's back with us, she's just been showing her daughter how to make an omelette. I hope that was
delicious.
successful, June. Let us know how you got on, right? Right, so there's a couple of my shout outs to get us started. Okay, Edgeables, I'm going to start with those ornate ones because, as Joe said, that is the one that we're worried about the stock for, and this is one that I know a lot of you will possibly already have. So let's just have a look at some of the different techniques you could be doing, and I'll be showing you how to do these. So this one is super simple, just where we've cut through 2 layers down the side of a card. This is the royal way here, obviously. This is one of my favourite techniques to do, where all you do is you position the Edgeable, because all of our Edgeables, by the way, for those of you that have never seen them before, maybe it's our new viewers, this is how they work. You've got no cutting edge at the bottom here, so it stays connected into your card. It starts cutting here, cuts all the way around but stays connected in. So with this beautiful butterfly design, you can see it's still connected in. It gives us the design connected into the front of the card. Whether it's the front of your card, whether you're doing cards like this and they've been used on a fold back gatefold, or if you like easel cards, I'm going to have to show them this one. I'm
sorry, Sarah, I'm going to have to butt in already. I know what you're thinking. It's only 12 minutes in and he hasn't stopped talking. But nearly 10% of these ornate Edgeables, nearly 10% already gone. There's loads of you in the checkout process as well. It's a very, very busy start to Monday. I think you've missed us. That's what it was, because we wasn't here yesterday, you know.
Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. I think I'm going to have to show you this one first. Do we want to see this one first? You can put, right, Joe, you keep an eye on comments. Tell us, do you want to see the butterfly easel? Or what about this one? I do quite like this one here, right? Where it's a fold back with the design cut over the top of the fold back. How gorgeous is that? That's another one. By the way, these ornate Edgeables are that little bit more special than Edgeables we've done in the past. So what happens is, we've been doing Edgeables now for over 5 years, but the technology and the detail in the die cutting is advancing. So these are our latest release Edgeables, where you can see just how intricate the die cutting has got, just how far that technology has allowed us to take it. So all the same techniques that I've been showing you for years that you can do with all the Edgeables you've got at home, but these ones in particular are incredible. I mean, look at how the cut in this is just off the chart. And then that same die has been used. I do quite like this technique as well. This is one that I love. Really simple, just on the front edge of a card, but we've done one on the back and then one on the front so that you can see the 2 sides. Why would you make a regular plain card when you can put an edge down the side like this? You don't have to do a lot to the rest of the card either. There's that nice simple technique that I showed you at the beginning, where it just stays connected at the front of the card. I can show you that one later on the show. I've got loads to show you. Right, okay, this is the one you're all going to want to see. Who wants to see how to do the Z fold card with those edge designs cut in? That one, I think, is absolutely spectacular. Just off the chart spectacular. Right, I'm going to put that on the list. So at the moment you're deciding, are we doing Z fold? Are we doing easel cards you want me to show? What was the other one? It was a fold back. You tell me which ones you want to see. I'm literally going to try and show you as much as possible. Let's have a look which other ones I've got. Oh, look at this. This is another take on an easel, but with that gorgeous design. Same sort of principle as what I'm showing you. How gorgeous is that design? A little bit at the top as well. Now, this is good. This is just basically a basic stand-up card, but with the design coming off the top and off the bottom. Now, apparently, I'm being told you're liking the butterfly easel. Look how easy this is. I mean, come on. A little bit of black card, a little bit of gilding wax. That's going to look absolutely off the chart spectacular. Right, I'm getting carried away showing you samples. I'm going to come back and we can come back and look at the rest of the samples in that box a little bit later. But I think, right, I've got 2 hours for masterclass. So how about I just show you the basics, like how we would do this one. Then we progress on to, let's do the butterfly one. Unless you hear otherwise, Joe.
Christine says she just wants to see all of them, if that's okay.
Well, if you want, Christine, I'll just stay here all day. We'll just, I don't need to have lunch. I don't need to, not at all. Right, need a bit of black card. These are the shows I love the most, when we literally look through the box and say, which one do you want to learn how to make? I'll show you that. Right, so we need a scoring tool. I am going to score, all of these dies are 6 inches. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring my scoring board in. We're going to be doing loads of scoring today, by the way. So we're going to be doing loads. I'm going to go just one before the 6, which is, for those of you with great mathematics, eagle eyes amongst you there, it is the,
An 8th.
5 and 7/8 is the word I'm looking for. 5 and 7/8. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to 5 and 7/8 that way and just square my card off. Right? So, oh, apparently the small guillotine's flying this morning on the website as well. Right. That is the one that we've used. This one is fabulous. The Venetian scrolls. Now, actually, I'm saying the Venetian scrolls is fabulous. The great thing is, because they are only £41 or $58, you could actually have all of them today, right? So, can you see, I'm going to walk you through this concept again. Because it doesn't have an outside cutting edge, all of this bit here doesn't have a cutting edge. So it starts here, and you can see it rolls all the way around the top and comes back in here. Hey, them nails are lasting well, aren't they? Tell you what, that was the best 30 quid I spent on one of them nail lamps. Right, here we go. So, little bit of a top tip here as well. Because this part is what cuts away, I'm going to just stick the tape down this end. So don't worry about sticking the tape to this side, because this is where it's going to stay connected. Oh, I'm going to be full of top tips here, right? Now, I'm going to use the junior plates here. Here's a bit of a thing. If we just put it straight in the machine like this, we're going to get a clunk when it comes off the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt it like this. We're going to tilt it so it's going to come through that way. In fact, to be honest, we could probably put it in. Now, we'll just tilt it. Now, here's the thing, though. If I just look at this, the Gemini is this wide, so it's going from 14 to 5. If I put it through the machine, watch what's going to happen. This part here, this is where the edge of the machine is, it's going to get bent in the machine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my mat, and I just know I've got that 5-inch line, so I must stay within that 5-inch line. So it's just helping me how much to angle it. So give it a bit of an angle, but try and keep it within the parameters of how you're working, okay? So just a little bit of an extra tip. Now I'm going to try and cut it without the metal shim. However, be prepared, we might want to send it through. Oh, got a bit of acetate stuck on there. We might want to send it through another time with that metal shim in, just because these Edgeables are off the scale detailed. I mean, Joe, I'd love to know what everyone thinks of them, but these are as detailed as we've ever been able to get.
Loads of you loving this. Rose says she has the butterfly and the heart and loves both of them. A lot of people, including Tammy and Chosen, saying that it's way too early for a selfie. It's just after 3 a.m. Where they are, and there's a lot of bedhead going on, so absolutely not. Loads of you as well stocking up on those tape pens. Kirsten saying she's now got 22 tape pens. And remember, our tape pens are stronger and longer than the ones you'd find out there. So when they're on this great offer, absolutely get stocked up on them. If you do want to send us your selfies, if your bedhead isn't too, off the chart, then you can send them. Maybe I'd love to see some bedhead, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and honestly, but I mean, by the time this rolls up, there's only about 20,000 people see these shows. I mean, come on, you're amongst friends. You're amongst friends.
You really are. What you're not amongst, though, is a lot of stock. It's almost 10%, over 10% now of this deal has already gone. So it lets you know how busy it is. That price is, as Sara would say, tremendous.
Tremendous. I'm teaching him all these northernisms, northern words, right? So all I'm going to do is release this out. I've still got a little bit of tape on there. Oh, hey, Joe, that new word for you. That's the jackpot right there. Is what that is. That is the jackpot, right? So I'm just going to smooth them off. Couple of little bit. Look, it's even taken all them edges out. Now, bit of gilding wax on there. Should we get a bit of gold on? Oh yes, let's get. I think gold's going to look tremendous with this. So with the gilding wax, you're going to put a tiny little bit onto your finger, tap most of it off, and then just give it a rub over. And it just looks, look at the finish that's given you there. It's got, wait till I pick it up and show it to the close-up camera. You'll be absolutely, knock it out of the park, stellar amazed, right? So a little bit of a rub on. Don't go too heavy. You can always add more on, but you can't take it away once it's on, right? Look at that there now. So let me show that to that close-up. Oh, yes, that. There you go.
Oh, gorgeous.
That looks absolutely outstanding. And you can see, if you use it from the side like this, that is how that card's being created very easily. Or the other option, if you wanted it to stand like this, you could have it just standing on the base like this. Or what I would do is actually cut a little piece of acetate and put acetate behind it, which means that as this is going to be one of those mantelpiece pleaser cards, you don't want this bottom edge taking too much of a hit. So that's going to stand on the acetate instead, and that's going to stand on the base of your card. So that's just like very, very simple. Warm you up, ease you in gently. We're going to do that butterfly card. Have you heard any other, Joe? Is everyone happy to see the butterfly card?
Yeah, well, I mean, everyone is always happy with the butterflies. Most people just saying they want to see all of them, please. So, no pressure, no choices. I don't think giving people a choice was the wisest option. Karen says she's got all of these and loves them.
Yes.
Carol says that the guillotine was absolutely money well spent. And I think a lot of people out there would agree with Carol. It is got a great deal on it today as well, so do pop over. Remember, a lot of you are commenting on Facebook. If you want to watch and shop at the same time, it's really easy to do that. Get over to crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu, click shop the show, and you can also watch whilst you do it, which is fantastic.
Right, Joe, what I've done is this first card I've scored here at 5 3/4, right? So 5 3/4, not 5 7/8, I've gone 5 3/4, right? Then I'm going to just bring in my guillotine and I'm going to trim this to 5 3/4 square. So I'm going to trim off there, and also that's not the halfway point on the card. The halfway point on the card would be 5 7/8, but I've just gone a little bit smaller. So it's a 5 3/4 card, and then I need another 5 3/4 card to be the stand-up part on the easel. So 5 3/4, here we go, right? Now, first of all, the first piece we're going to do is your base part of the easel, which would be this part here, all right? So what I'll do is I'll show you it. There's the card, so you can follow it through, thinking through this, right? There's the card. I'm going to take that butterfly die. So here it is. Get this open. Oh, I've had to bring a new set of dies in today because I left mine at home. I'll get shot, Joe. Never mind. They'll all go to a good use, right? So that connects on the edge there. And we're going to do exactly the same as we did before. Little bit of tape down the two sides. So just there and there. And then we're going to send that through the machine. So remember that little tip I've just shown you, where we're going to pop this on. Look to level these up so I can see I'm lining up with the 3 now. So I'm going to put it on and I'm going to tilt it, but only such that when this continues down, I'm not coming past that edge line. Does that all make sense? Yeah, and then we're going to put your clear cutting plate, we're going to put your magnetic, and we're going to put the top plate on. So I specifically decided to use the junior plate in the big machine so that you can all see whether you have the big machine or the junior machine, doesn't matter, it's going to work with both of them. What I would say though, is if you don't have a Gemini and you're trying to use these with other brands of machines, just be warned, they are so detailed, I can't guarantee you this good of a cut. I mean, you can see it's cut every last little scrap there. You can't guarantee that if it's not the Gemini that you're using, just to warn you, all right? So I'm going to send that through
Loads
again.
of people saying they want to see that butterfly easel, which is handy. And then also a lot of people talking about using these with glitter. Also, you'll be pleased to know the omelette, a bit of a mess,
Right.
edible, and the house didn't burn down. So June,
Yes.
thank you for letting us know.
That's a result then, June, definitely. Right, so, you know what I said? I'm going to peel this off here. Remember what I said about sticking the tape on the side where you're not going to have, can you see? So it's on the side where it's not cut. And then I'm just going to do a Sara tap, right? And you can see, oh yes, that is absolutely gorgeous. It literally just fell out and every last little bit has fallen out, all right? So we're going to do a little bit of decoration on this, but that is the base part of our easel. All we need to do is score this at the halfway point. So a bit of maths for you, Joe. It was 5 3/4.
Yep.
So what do we score the halfway line at? 2 7/8.
Somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, somewhere in the middle, that'll do. 2 7/8 would be the halfway point. That's why I went at 3/4, right? So there's going to give us, you can see the base of the easel. Now, on the top part, if you have a look at this, it's got this lovely, we're going to take this whole piece and we're going to cut the butterfly at the top and at the bottom. So there's going to be a lot of cutting, Joe, but I'll cut while you're chit-chatting. I tell you
Yeah,
what,
absolutely.
You've got the right idea here, haven't you? I know who's got the easy end of the spectrum. I'll do all the crafting and all the work. You have a bit chit-chat with everyone.
No problem. I've even got a cup of coffee on the go over here as well, which is perfect. Yeah, Ian, I'm on brand though, don't worry. I've got it in my Crafts Companion mug.
Bless you.
Yeah, loads of you comment along. Cindy asks, Sarah,
Yep.
when you emboss the die, are you removing the magnetic and plastic shims or just the magnetic?
Just the magnetic.
Okie doke.
Yep, just the magnetic.
Deirdre says, what is the purpose of tilting?
Purely so that, see that clunk, to avoid that clunk.
Right, okay.
So I put it in because I think it sounds awful when we do it live on the show and you'll think I'm breaking the machine. Also, oh, look at that, I've added near my magnetic. I want to shoot and draw. Right, let's have a look, put it that way. And now we're going to emboss it. It doesn't matter, if you pop it this way, it won't clunk because it's only going over a little bit of the die. Does that make sense?
That makes total sense. Annika's saying as well, I know she's saying that your plates are quite imprinted. Is that fine just to keep using them when they're like that?
Absolutely fine, but I've got another. Oh, look, it's gone behind your head, Joe. Oh, look, it's my body in your head.
Oh, wow. Hang on, stay there, stay still, stay still. That's it, hang on. Woo!
I got. There. What happens on a Monday morning stays on a Monday morning, right? We're all very professional here, obviously, right? Right, I was going to give you a great tip there as well, actually, wasn't I? So, look at that die.
That
Can
is
we
beautiful.
just take a moment to appreciate the gorgeousness that is the butterfly? It really is just fabulous. Right, if you don't like all the imprint stuff, right, what you can do, which I think is just brilliant, is take your plates, right, put them in the washing up bowl, pop them in the washing up bowl, and then pour boiling water over top of them, right? So pour boiling water straight out the kettle over top of them. Then let them cool down, pour them in, let them cool a little bit, lift it out, right? Put something really heavy on them. So what I do is I lift the plates out and I put them underneath the chopping board at home, and then I stand my Gemini on top of the chopping board so that it just keeps them nice and flat. If you let them cool down like that, right? So you're going to put them in the boiling water. You're going to put them under something heavy for while the water's cooling a bit, then take them out and leave them overnight in that somewhere where it's really going to put a lot of, a lot of pressure on it, and it will flatten your plates out. Not only will it flatten them, but it will flatten them and also take a load of that imprinting out that you're saying you don't want. So nice little Brucey bonus tip there, because the thing is your plates are going to warp. If you're like me and you're a heavy user and you don't pay any attention to flipping and turning them over, which I don't, right? I mean, I'm all right. I just go and get a new set of plates every 6 months or whatever, because I can just pinch one out the stock cupboard. Whereas if you're trying to be really good about it, right, then I would say that is a really good tip. I've done that with a few of my sets at home. Do you know what it is? It's when I use them for my fabric cutting a lot. They get really, really badly imprinted when I'm trying to ask it to cut a ton of fabric at once. So I just do that little trick and it works a treat.
Wonderful. Christine's asking questions about HSN next week. And what I'd say to you, Christine, is Friday there is a HSN preview happening at 10 a.m. on the East Coast. 10 a.m. East Coast time, full HSN preview for you. So join us then. I'm pretty sure your questions will be answered. That's all I can say. Definitely join us on Friday. Loads of you giggling away saying that we're a hoot. What fun to have. Tammy says she loves the goofiness at this time in the morning. And Ray says she wasn't in a good mood, but we've fixed that, which is what we aim to do, isn't it?
Yes, I am glad we have been of service. Right. Joe, I'm going to do a little bit of inking with that. Look at the butterfly when it's inked up. So I'm going to do a little bit of blue on the butterfly. And then the same on these butterflies here. So I'm just picking this up in a little bit of...
What ink pads are you using there, Sarah?
I am using the Harmony Water Reactives.
Oh,
okay?
well, if you want a great deal on those, you'll need to join myself and Leanne this evening for Monday Makers. I know that they are on our show this evening. I'm pretty sure the deal is live now on the website. There's a 10-piece set and a 25-piece set off the top of my head, so do go and check those out. I need to also let you know that almost a fifth of the stock of these, almost 20% of the stock of the lace Edgeables completely sold out and gone. A lot more of you in the ordering process at the moment as well. Don't forget, many, many more of you watch this show back afterward, tens of thousands in fact. So if you are watching this show back afterwards, I'd say definitely check the website for the stock situation, but it is really busy. These are continuously very busy. Ever since we've launched these, Sarah, what is it about them do you think that people absolutely love so much?
It's how ornate they are.
Right.
I mean, just look at them, Joe. They are... We've really pushed the boundaries of die cutting technology, and these are pretty much at the pinnacle of where we've got to. So I know Edgeables are like one of our most popular, if not the most popular style of die that we do. So for this to be like our latest collection release, it just shows you this is where you could be taking your craft to if you pushed it another level. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Now, I don't have all the faffy bits to do the fanciness in the middle, but I can show you how to do the easelness of the card, right? Because that's a technical term now. So, do you know what? I need me pinny over there. I need me microfiber cloth so that I can rub up all my mess. For those of you that got the pinny last week, congratulations. And I forget the technical word is an apron. I just like to call mine a pinny, right? So this is going to go onto here, all right? And actually what I might do is, might pop that there and just trim a little bit off the bottom here so that my middle piece that's standing up is only as wide as this here. Let's have a look. So if it's there, I think it's about there, should be about right there. So that's going to go there. Can you see what? So I still made the easel card as normal, but now this part is going to stick in the middle, tiny little bit more off, and we've made that gorgeous butterfly easel. This is the one you've been asking for. This is the one you've been wanting, right? So little bit of tape just across here, and then this here connects onto that bit there. And I hope you've all followed what I did in terms of trimming that bit off. Make your easel card as you would normally, right? So there, oh yes, that's it, Joe, right there. There is that. I'm just going to give a nice fold down the bottom, but just
Beautiful.
shows you that is how you create the actual base easel. And then you can see the only difference with this one is we've got this lovely background piece on here, and then also a strip going across there. But the actual easel we've created. Looks fabulous. Absolutely loving it. Right, Joe, I'm going to have a bit of a tidy up, and I think, how about we have a look at them double-sided Edgeables? Now that we've learned how to do Edgeables, every technique with the Edgeables you can do with the double-sided ones, and I'll show you it with the double-sided ones.
Oh, yes, please. We would love to see the double-sided dies. Let me show you first. Let me just quickly recap what you're getting with those beautiful ornate lace Edgeables, because there are so many in here for you. They're so busy. I'm hearing almost a quarter of the stock now has sold out and gone on these. So you've got the butterfly lace, which is this one here firstly. Absolutely beautiful. Butterflies always so popular when we bring them to you. My favourite one is this one just here. Is the ornate henna that's coming in there. You've got heartfelt wishes, which is this one here. We also have traditional lace. This might be my second favourite. I know we're not allowed favourites, but if I did have favourites, that would be my second favourite. You've got the Venetian scrolls. This almost reminds me of like a masked ball. It is that kind of feel that you've got. And the detail in here is just incredible. The Edwardian rose, this one crying out to be paper pieced, I think. If you love your paper piecing, you're going to love putting that one back together. All of them, £41. So you're looking at... an incredible deal. $58. You're saving 30% on those. So do grab those whilst we've got them. Let me just show you as well what two. I've just got two here. So this is the Ornate henna, and just look at the what it's really. I suppose I think what you want is you want dies that are going to be versatile, that are going to give you the most amount of craftability. Now that card and that card, they don't even look like they've used the same die, but that's exactly what you've got. So think about the different ways, the different amount of ways you're going to be able to use these, and that's when you really see the value in them. Oh, Peekaboo is the next one that we've got. Now, a lot of you have gone for the Peekaboo in the past, and we haven't had the square frame in stock. So that's fine, because you can use a craft knife, or you can cut it out in other ways. However, this is great because it is a concept card, and what it does is it puts the aperture into there for you. Also notice what these ones are just here. I'll take you through those in a second. Now, what that means is when you come to do your die cutting and your stamping, it means that then what you're able to get is this fantastic concept just here. So you've got the die to cut this out, and then you've got all of the sentiments that you need to build that, and also the bunny back side and the bunny front side as well. But when you open this up, what you've then got is that on the inside too. So the inside of your card is as exciting as the outside, which is fantastic. And these are super, super cute as well, which is why they're so busy. Now, the square frame on its own should be £12.99. Yep. £12.99, which is what you're paying. However, you buy the square frame, we give you the bear and the bunny completely free of charge, which is a phenomenal deal. I think maybe you've said to yourself, oh, I don't think I'm going to get anything today, but you just want a little bit of crafty inspiration. If you're looking for something that's not going to break the bank, this is definitely them. However, a quarter of the stock of those has sold out and gone. Now, should we go to the double-sided? I love the double-sided dies. Of course, you're going to need those double-sided plates if you're going to use them for your Gemini. We've got them in the the junior size, and also in the large Gemini size as well. You'll find those details along the bottom of your screen just here. Let me take you through what you're going to be able to create with these, because the finished products are just fantastic. And what's great is that these are layered up, but it's done in one pass, which is fantastic. So we've got those beautiful butterflies just there. We've also got pretty florals here. I love this one. It's been done with some acetate here as well. As you can see, it's a really gorgeous project. We've got the hearts, heart to heart, which is this one just here. You've then got, and remember, you're going to be able to do all of those same edgeable techniques, what you've done previously, now getting double the effect. You've got the border, garden border there. We've got those beautiful stars as well. Reach for the stars. I think this is wonderful for maybe more masculine cards, especially little boys' cards would be fantastic done with that. You've then got the lily border, which is this one here. Again, it's almost very fleur-de-lis, isn't it? It's really gorgeous. And then I love what someone's done with this one. This reminds me of Kinky Boots, the musical. I don't know why. I think it's the colours and the design, but that is fantastic. Now, this is the Diamond Lattice Edgeable. This has been used not really as an edgeable, but kind of as a gatefold, and then some ribbon put through, and it looks like a corset. It's very Moulin Rouge, isn't it? I'm loving that. And you've also got one more in there as well. You're getting 8 in total in the collection, which is fantastic. Great price on these. £75 if you're in the UK, $110 if you are in the US. Here you can see them all laid out, saving a quarter as well here. No, the tape pens, we have a great deal for you on the tape pens as well. Don't forget, buy 8, we send you 12. Which is a fantastic offer. It really, really is. Oh, cardstocks. Now, the pastels and the metals. Centura Pearl is just beautiful. If you've not had Centura Pearl before, give it a try. So many of our customers say they won't craft with anything else now. It is that beautiful. And what's so great about it is that pearlescence. It is so gloriously shiny. And because of that, you don't really need a lot of it. It really does lift any project and gives it that sort of added interest, which is what you're after. So you can get it in the metals. In the metals, you've got the precious metals, you've got 36 sheets coming in that bundle there. And then we're also going to send that to you with the pastels, which I think are sort of the perfect yin and yang, aren't they? You've got a lot of bases covered here. The pastels are beautiful, a real sort of pop of summer. You've got the beautiful, the pinks, the greens, the lavender purples, that wonderful lemon yellow, and that gorgeous cornflower blue within there as well. Loads of you still commenting away. I can see huge viewing figures this morning. Lovely to have absolutely every one of you in. Don't forget, anything you want to know, any questions you've got, drop into the comments. However, if you want to watch and shop at the same time, then it's easy to do so. Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. Whew, just got tidied up just in time. We're having such a busy show, such a busy start to what is going to be a busy week. There is so much coming up for you. All of your regular shows, Colour Me Happy, HSM previews. It is a jam-packed week coming up for you. Loads of you still commenting on, a lot of you saying how much you love your Centura Pearl as well. Definitely get stocked up on that while it's on such a fantastic deal. Now, I know Sara has only showed you a fraction of what she wants to share with you, so I think we better get back over there.
Yes, I've got all nicely tidied up, Joe, and I thought I'm going to do the same with the Edgeables as I did before. I'm going to show you some samples and we're going to do a basic demo. Then I'm going to show you something a little bit more advanced, right? Now, the double-sided Edgeables, you could be doing that exact easel card I just taught you, but look at it when you've got the double-sided Edgeables, you've basically got this extra shadow showing in the front. Or what about doing like a twisted easel, right? But with the design coming down the side, and look how dimensional it looks with that design shown out. Now, again, there's a butterfly one in here, completely different look and feel to the last one. And this is what you could be doing. It actually cuts out those butterflies in their entirety. So round the side of a box, kind of almost feel like this is what we need to show. It looks so awesome, this box. We might do that for the advanced one. I've got a few ideas of what I want to show you from the advanced one here. Or just down the side. Just very simply like that card I just showed you very first of all, but taking it down the side. Now, one of the most simple techniques when it comes to Edgeables is when we do an edging over the top of the card, like what we've done in this one here, right? So can you see it goes over top of the fold? So it lifts up, there's the fold of your card at the side, lifts up above the fold. So I'm going to show you how to do that, okay? I've taken some of that gorgeous Centura, now this is the pearl. You get the, basically you're getting the metallics. I've got them here, I can show you them if you want, right? You're getting the metallics, which is a 36 sheet pack. And if I just twist it to the side, you can see there all the different shades and we'll go overhead. I'll let you go overhead, right? So there's the different colours that we've got in this one here. Now that one comes, that is your precious metals. I haven't opened this one yet. I've just got a couple of colours that I'm still working through. That one comes with the lovely pastels, all right? So you've got those gorgeous pastels that work in with it as well. And the pastels is a 40 sheet pack. So basically they're $9.99 each in the UK, I can't remember the price in dollars. But basically you buy one, you get one half price. $14.99. You buy one, you get one half price.
You buy one,
you get one half price. We're pushing a little bit on that now, aren't we? But we love it. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do is bring that scoring board back in. If you don't have the scoring board, can't find where I've put my scoring tool either, but never mind. If you don't have the scoring board, how do you manage without it? I honestly don't know, right? I'm going to mark the halfway point. So because this is a 12-inch, this is just, I would go 5 7/8 is pretty much your halfway point. Watch what you do. You put a little marking at the top. Don't score all the way down. Take your tool down, right? And then also score up a little bit from the other edge, right? So we've got the score lines in, but we haven't scored right down. There we go. And then I've got some black as well that we're going to do for the shadow behind. Now, on the double-sided, guys, have a look at this. You've got the really open piece, right? And then on the other side, it's all of the detail cut in, right? So what you're going to do, if I just show you here, so for example, the red on this one is that cut-in detail, and the black is the really open side that's the shadow. So if we're going to do the same, we're going to treat it as though this bit's the red. We want the cut-in detail, so this side to go face down. And you can see here, just like an Edgeable, there's my cutting edges at the side. So I'm going to line up those cutting edges with where we put the score lines at the side. So you're going to line that up, and that is going to sandwich in between. So I'm going to just take a little bit of tape and hold it in place a tiny little bit. That is going to sandwich in between two layers of card. So if I just take most of the, I'm going to tear this in half as well, so that we're only using some tiny bits of tape. I can't stick it down at the top because that's where my cutting edge is. So I'm going to have to stick it where we've got this, can you see the tiny little non-cutting edge pieces? So I'm going to just hold it in place with these two here. There we go. I'm going to just hold it there in place. So I always anchor it with two pieces. And then I'm going to put the black card over top. Now I've just cut my black card to the same size just for the purposes of the demonstration, right? Now here we go. This is going to go in between two. So if I just lift this over, it's going to go right in the middle, in between two pieces. And again, I'm just slightly tilting it just so we don't get that clunk. And I'm lining these two up. So we've got one and the next one on the top. So we sandwiched between two of the double-sided plates, and then I'm going to sandwich this between two of the bigger plates, and that's going to go straight through your machine. Now these double-sided dies, Joe, just to let you know, everything we can do with regular Edgeables, you can now do with double-sided Edgeables, but they're like the value of getting two for just over the price of one. So you've got two dies pretty much for the price of one. So you can do this really, really clever kind of shadowing effect. So can you see there? That has cut me that shadow effect, and actually with it, well, I'll tell you what, we might fold that over and use that inside the card. I was going to cut the back part away, but all of these, by the way, are just going to pop out.
Do people need to be I know a lot of people I've spoken to about double-sided guys think that somehow they're scarier or there's loads to worry about compared to using a regular die. Like, I know it is new technology and sometimes we do fear change a bit, but these are making it easier, surely, if anything, Sarah.
Yes, all you need is the extra plate.
Of course.
So if you don't have the plates, make sure you pick up those plates today. So you do need the plates as an extra. But do you know what? If it demystifies them a bit, just use them as a regular Edgeable first.
Yeah.
So forget about the fact that we've cut the black one. Just look how nice that is as an Edgeable. There we go. And actually all those little hearts are going to be lovely to use on another project.
Or it could be confetti.
Oh, yes. Nice shaker card or some bits of confetti. And then this, you see, goes underneath. So I can line these back up again. Just take that right over. And because I lined the two pieces of card up, it just makes life that little bit easier. So they'll just, there we go, just hooks under there. And you can see how that, I'm going to, there we go. We've got that perfectly in place now so that we have that beautiful Edgeable around the top, but you've got the shadow showing from the underneath. And then what I can do is once I've got all those, just manoeuvring it into place, Joe. Happy with where that is now. Yep. Get that all nicely folded. And then I'm just going to bring my guillotine in, seeing as my guillotine's so awesome, I'm just going to cut multiple layers at once. And I'm just going to trim all of this to just perfectly fit inside that card.
I was going to say, you know, it's like something you'd buy in a shop, but it's better than something you'd buy in a shop. I don't think I've ever, you know, been into a greetings card shop and seen something that's got so many layers as this is, and is so detailed. You know, this is creating really, really unique projects that you're going to give to people, and they're going to have no idea how you've created them.
How you've made it.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what you want.
Those are the best types of cards that I love. Let's have a look. I'm going to fit this into a 6-inch square envelope. So I'm just going to cut that down to that right size. Look at that. So we've created the most simple but fold over the back type of card. So you can see there from the top where the fold is, and then when you see it from the front, that is how you create a very, very simple shaped edgeable with your shaping along the top.
Amazing.
I mean, that is just a brilliant front of the card. And like you say, the bit that always impresses me is people who are not crafters would have no idea how you made that. Absolutely none whatsoever. Nor should they. Nor do we want them to.
Even there'll be crafters out there that have no idea, unless they've seen our shows, how you've made that as well.
True,
loads of you commenting along. Yolanda saying she'd love to see a box in the masterclass. I don't know if that's possible. We'll see. Carol saying that the Reach for the Stars will be great for graduation, because a lot of people at the moment, of course, not graduating or not being able to go to graduation, so would be a great thing to send them. Barbie saying she's loving the scoreboard as well. Lots of you loving the scoreboard. Great deal on that today as well. So make sure you grab that. The Peekaboo with the bunny is very, very busy. I must let you know almost a third.
I'm going to demo that in a bit.
Well, we hope you're going to demo that, Sarah. It may be gone by then. Over a third's gone. A lot of you in that checkout process at the moment. The Ornate Edgeables, really, really busy there. A quarter of the stock there gone. And also now getting very busy on the double-sided dice. Do you see a theme of what is happening here this morning? Approaching 10% now on those double-sided dies. Keep getting your comments in. Keep as well sending us any pictures that we love seeing what you've been up to. Anything that we've bought you over the last month or few weeks. We'd love to see some pictures of what's on your craft desk at the moment, what you're crafting. You can send them to studio at crafterscompanion.co.uk, and maybe we'll get a chance to show some of those a little bit later. I can see you're ready, Sarah, so I'm going to hand back.
I am indeed. You said you wanted to see a box.
Yes, please. Yolanda wanted to see a box.
Let's do a box. Right, I'm going to use that Centura Pearl, and I'm going to use the stars because I really love the stars. So let's do. Should we do lemon and blue?
Yeah.
Lemon and blue is going to look really nice, isn't it? Lemon and blue, and then we'll do the base of our box in that lovely minty green. And we've got all nice kind of matching pastel shades as it was, right? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my box square to start with. So as this is A4, that means it is 8 1/4. So I'm just going to mark my A4. Let's have a look. I'm going to pop it on here. And to cut that square, let's cut it to 8 inches, right? So 8 inches, and then I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to take it to 8 on the side. So I've just used my scoring board for the markings because I've got the little guillotine out here. If you had the big guillotine, you could just put the extender arm out and then it would have 8 inches on it. So here we go, 8 inches there, and then 8 inches on here. Now, my die is 6 inches, but it doesn't mean that your box has to be that big. Your box is going to look fine even if you do it and you just have little squares, little stars on the side. So let's have a little look. If we're going to do the lid, should I cut the green at the same time? Never mind. Right. So I'm going to do 2 inches on the box, right? So I'm going to cut all 4 sides. I'm going to score all 4 sides to 2 inches. Oh, it's thinking on the fly, this one, Joe.
Oh, I'm mesmerised when you
I'm pleased. I hope I don't go wrong.
When Sarah Scissorhands comes to play with the scoreboard, I can't stop watching.
Right.
And everyone else is, because the comments have stopped since you started this demonstration. No one is commenting.
Oh dear. Right. Okay. So let me just show you the stars. Can you see? We've got the outside edge. And we've got the detail, just like we did before with the hearts. So remember when we had the hearts, if I bring it in, the detail we cut in the top The shadow we cut in the underneath. So use the same principle. The detail is going into the top. So I'm going to put that top on there like that, right? And I'm going to put the yellow over the top of it. Now, I do like to have, even if it's just a tiny little bit of tape, holding it in place. So I don't want it moving in the machine, right? And then we put the yellow over the top, face down, by the way. If it's not double-sided card, make sure you pop it face down. So I've got my yellow in there as well. I was going to put, yeah, I've got the double-sided plates, the large Gemini plates. So we can go sandwich it between the two cutting plates, the two double-sided plates. Then these two plates, sandwich in between your two regular Gemini plates. And I've realised I've got the large ones out, and these actually would have worked fine with the small ones too. I was just thinking I needed the really bigger size for the design. Now, I won't do all four sides of the book. Well, I might. I'll see how long it takes. Sarah of little patience here with her can't be bothered to wait 16 seconds for it to cut. I think I will, because it's going to look really nice, isn't it? Right? Come on, through you go. Might have to switch to the small plates then, because you know I've got no patience. So here we go. There's my yellow, which is going to go in the shadow behind. And then here is my blue. So once I lift you off, oh, I do love that star die. It does look good, mine, doesn't it? Right, so I'm going to take one. I'm going to put it, oh, God, look, I've got all these lovely little stars. I'm going to tap them out on the floor, and then I'll pick them up from the floor. There we go. Right, next side, I'll get shot off Leanne for doing that, because both sides have a cutting edge on, so I shouldn't really be cutting it, but never mind. Right, I'm going to line up the next one again. So I'm putting them on here. Oh, I'll put it on the other side this time. And I'm just going to get these two here. Now, what I would say is, Joe, you know, we have a load of these on. So if you do want to get... Let's have a look. That's going to be them. I'm just going to cut myself a couple of strips of the yellow. You could just go for just a couple of your favourite designs. If you're going for one of the other big Edgeable collections and you just want to get a couple of the double-sided ones, then you could always do just that.
I think a lot of you have already got some of this collection as well. So some of you coming back and completing your collection today, getting the ones that you don't have. So I know a lot of you are doing that. And don't forget about the plates as well. The plates are there for you, whether you want the junior or you want the Big Daddy, it's all there for you. Loads of you commenting along as well. Shadai says, we are looking and listening. Absolutely you are, because no one is commenting whatsoever whilst this demonstration is happening. I think this is the one that everyone is super concentrating on. I'm getting a bit lonely of
Otherwise
me
he's going to have to just find stuff to just randomly talk about.
I can do that.
Right, more stars on the floor. They're going to make
the blue layer, is that going to be, what part of the box is that, Sarah?
The lid.
Blue layer, the lid of the box.
The blue layer is going to be the lid. The yellow is going to give me some detailing underneath. I'm going right to the edge. I made my box at 2 inches for those of you who want to do exactly this box, just because that's what size my cardstock was. So I cut the cardstock to 8 inches square. Oh, I haven't put my yellow on. Stop. Reverse. This is what happens when I talk and try and craft, right? We haven't got any yellow. Right, so I'm going to pop in now. See, I caught it before we stuck it in, didn't I? Oh, look, just a little bit of a cut at the edge, yes.
Perfect.
Right, so, right, I'm going to pop the blue on, right? I'm going to pop my yellow on, Joe. How many of you were screaming at the screen right there and you forgot your other one? But this is what, if you wanted to use them just as regular, you know, not as double-sided dies, that's how you do it. If you just wanted to cut one layer, you could just do it like that. Absolutely,
you could. Now, whilst Sarah's running that through, I'll give you a heads up what's happening for the rest of the week here on Crafts TV. There is loads still to come. So Monday, tonight, there will be, well, tonight, later this morning, wherever you are, it depends, but 4 p.m. in the UK, so 11 a.m. on the East Coast, we'll have Monday Makers tonight. Tomorrow, Soft Side of Life tomorrow morning, which will be exciting. So our weekly soft craft show, that will be coming up in this slot tomorrow. Then Tuesday evening, here in the UK time, there is the launch party, which is, if you've not seen it, jam-packed full of new products and new deals. Wednesday morning, there will be a masterclass, another one for you, which is fantastic.
It's a good one.
Is it a good one? Can you give us a sneaky peek?
Oh, yes. It's going to be awesome.
Is that all we're getting?
That's all you get.
Okay, you'll have to tune in on Wednesday
to
find out exactly what it is. I looked this morning and now I can't remember, else I'd give you a bit more than that because that's just the kind of guy I am.
No, but I'm not telling you. You have to wait and see on Wednesday. Having said that, I've said all this. Don't we send an email out on a Monday morning telling everybody what's coming up all week? So us trying to keep it all a secret, maybe it's not so good. I tell you what I have organised though that you guys asked for. You asked. Oh, there we go. The head's gone again. Whoa! Little head.
If you move I talk and if you moved your hands, it would be very funny.
Yes, you asked for Friday's Colour Me Happy. You asked to see colour blend pencils.
Yes.
So not only are we doing colour blend pencils, but I am bringing in the queen of colour blend pencils herself to teach you all about colour blend pencils. So our Leanne's going to be coming up on Friday with the colour blend pencils.
So that's Friday morning. So Wednesday masterclass, Creative Cravings Wednesday night. Double cartload on Thursday, cartload preview, and then the main event later in the day. Then there'll be Colour Me Happy on Friday. Then there'll be Best Of as well on Saturday. So it really is another jam-packed week coming your way. Loads of you still commenting along. I can see Stu is watching. Good morning, Stu. It's afternoon now, technically, isn't it? I mean, it's morning where most of you guys are watching. Melissa says, could you explain the cutting glass when you're finished making the card? The numbers with the letters. Does that make sense?
No.
Okay.
Numbers.
Oh, on the glass cutting mat, maybe. I think that's what she means. All those markings underneath. We'll have a look at that in a little while. Loads of you still commented. You two. June's saying that we remind her of Beetlejuice in the film where his head shrinks. Doing that.
Love it. Right, I'm just going to do some sticking here, Joe, just so you know, so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to use, when I'm doing the sticking, I'm going to use my dotty tape. I'm saying I'm going to use my dotty tape pen. Am I going to use I am going to use my dotty tape pen. So we'll end up with, let's have a look. Shall we protect the work surface a little? Here we go. Protect the work surface a little. All I'm going to be doing is doing a bit of sticking. All right?
Absolutely. Now, I just want to quickly run you through the designs that you're getting in here, which is fantastic. So this one just here is a diamond lattice, and this has been used very differently, actually, using it almost to make some sort of like a corset almost, which is amazing. This one here is the lily border that you can see. Really, really gorgeous, used along the bottom of the project here. Remember that they are double-sided, so one cut gives you the whole finished project, if you will. The stars has been used here, which is fantastic. Then we've got the garden border, which is that one just there. Then we have this one with the hearts, which is also beautiful. You've got this one, I do love this one, the pretty florals, used with some acetate here. And then finally as well, the butterflies. There's one more as well in the collection too. There's the Fleur de Lis is the other one that I don't have a sample of. You get all of them for £75. If you do want to go for two, cherry pick a few of these, absolutely, you've got the option to do that. £22 or $32 if you want to cherry pick a few of them. Getting very, very busy. How are we doing on stock of the Peekaboo? Because a third of the stock of the Peekaboo has gone. You will be seeing that a little bit later in the show, but if you've got your eyes on it, or had your eye on it and you want it, I'd say that's probably one of the most vulnerables. That and the Ornate, the Ornates are very vulnerable in this show. The tape pens as well that Sara's using at the moment, great deal. This is the deal. A lot of you wait for a great tape pen deal that don't really get any better than this. So if you're waiting, now's a chance to stock up because you buy 8 or we send you 12, which is amazing considering this is a core product that we struggle to keep in stock a lot of the time. Remember, our tape pens are so different to a lot of tape pens that you find out there on the market. They are so incredibly strong. Leanne went through, I forget how many types of adhesive it was to try and get the right one for you, which she has got. So that's why I call them a permanent tape pen. And they're also really long, 22 metres in total. That is a lot of sticking for you. So they are great value as it is. When you get them on this deal, they are even better value. £31.92 in the UK, $47.92 if you're in the US. The Centura Pearl is very, very busy. And so many of you talking about why you love Centura Pearl in the comments. I think for most people, it is the quality. It is that wonderful sheen, that shimmer that it offers you, that pearlescence, which is just fantastic. The blues are really, really cute. I don't know why. This is crying out for like new baby cards. I think it's that gorgeous pastely tones, or any of your sort of summer projects that you want to work on. Then quite different to that, but sits beautifully alongside it. You've then got the precious metals as well. So you've got 40 sheets in the pastels. You've got 36 sheets in the precious metal. And here you've got those lovely silvers, bronzes, golds, platinums in there, all coming your way. Both of those are £15 or $23, so 76 sheets coming your way there for £15 or $23. It's not one per customer. If you want a multi-order, you absolutely can. I can see a lot of you have got more than one of these in your basket, so make sure you stock them up. And the pastels, well, all of that cardstock's perfect, isn't it, to make all of your Edgeable projects, Sarah?
Oh, this one's absolutely perfect, Joe. All I'm doing, just so you know, I've just been sticking that other side behind, and then all I'm doing is rescoring over the edges, right? So just giving this another nice little score, because I've got some, oh, come on, Sarah. See, I can't be crafting and chatting, Joe. I'm trying really hard to do it, and I'm struggling. So, right, I'm scoring. It's because I've got all this tape underneath. Can you see I'm trying to score through the double layer? What I think I'm going to do is just try and come in with my craft knife and just take that off just before then. I'm just going lightly, she says optimistically. I'm just trying to go lightly through the one layer of card so that I can fold that over a little bit easier. Can you see? So there's my score line. And if I just go lightly through there, I should have just cut the card to the right sort of depth to stick it on. Hopefully you're all following what I'm doing, because I'm not giving you much of an explanation here, am I not? Where's my score line here?
Oh, I'm following. And if I'm following, I think that means everyone else will be. I think that I'm the are you following barometer, I think. So if I'm getting it, everyone else must.
Right, so I'm just bringing these in, and it's just to let that box lid fold over a little bit easier. So I'm just taking away one layer of the cardstock each time. And then where's my last one here? It would be easy. It's because the box has got so many lines on. Have you seen what I've done though? I've gone to the stopped falling in there. Right. I've gone to the line that I'd done the black on.
Ah, okay.
Just to make it that little bit easier. And then I'm just cutting to the left of it so I can cut off the excess cards.
Do you know what that would look lovely as? I love the way it is before it's folded, Sarah. For something like a frame to put a photo onto or something like that. Wouldn't it look gorgeous as it is, using it as a, like an all the way round frame?
All the way round frame. I mean, that would be really nice. Now, let's have a look. Moment of truth, okay? So, just as you would do a normal box, okay? We're going to cut up, and then we're going to cut a little snip out of the edge, right? So up here, I'm terrible for saying right. It's because I'm trying to have a conversation with you all, even though you're not in the same room as me. So I'm expecting you to be stood answering the TV and going, "Yep, Sarah, right, we've got you. There we go.
Yep, we got you.
Thank you.
Got it.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to fold this over here. So I do need that score line through both layers. There we go. So there's my edge that I'm going to use to stick it down. Oh, this is coming together nicely, Joe. It's coming together really nicely.
How much would you pay if you had to go out and buy something like this on the high street? And then the chances are, would you be able to get it in the size that you wanted it in? I mean, you'd struggle to find it. You'd struggle to get it in the right size.
Absolutely not a chance. Absolutely
not
no way
on your
at
Nelly,
all.
as some might say.
Right.
Whereas when you make it yourself, so easy to do.
Now, I'm going to give these a nice fold and a nice burnish. Now, what you could do, if you remember last time I did Edgeables, I taught you a really nice technique where you could actually use some acetate to stick this behind. I'm actually toying with the idea of cutting my edges out and going back to that again, because I think it will give us a really much neater finish. We should be all right. Much neater fit. Yeah, we're going to be all right. We'll be okay. You just need enough to be able to stick onto, and make sure you put loads and loads of that tape. Look how much tape I've just put on there, okay? And then I'm just going to fold that behind and you just need enough to stick this into this part here. Yeah, so just enough to hold it in there. So if I show you that again, actually what the best thing to do is probably put tape on all 4 of your corners while they're flat. Much easier to put the tape on while it's all flat.
What else would you, if you were doing this at home, would it be tape runners that you'd use, Sarah, or would it be something else?
No, definitely just you. The tape runners are absolutely fine,
Okay.
as long as you have plenty of tape on there. So let's have a look. You would never know. Have a look at that, like, close up. There you go. You'd never know that we've stuck 2 layers over top of each other, would you not? They just looks like some really nice stars. So there is my 4th lid, and there you go. Not planned, done from live. There's no, here's one I prepared earlier, no safety blanket. You want the base of the box now as well, don't you? Let's quickly whip you up a base, seeing as we're going to have an absolutely perfect box. So I said this was 8 inches, didn't I? So you're just marking off the 8 on both sides, and then you take it, trim it down to 8, and we're going to put the base of the box in. This is why I love these masterclasses, Joe, because it's really nice to be able to go really in depth, and if someone wants to see something in particular, then we can absolutely oblige. And actually, I'm going to get ready after this one. I'm just going to do backspace, by the way, 2 inches. And I thought it would be really nice if we've still got some of them peekaboos left.
A few.
I thought, right, so I'll show you how to use the peekaboo, and I'll show you how to use that frame. And also, do you know what I thought would be really nice? Is if I did them in an envelope.
Oh, lovely.
So how about I show you how to do a 3D envelope box with a peekaboo middle inside?
Absolutely, that'd be great. Don't forget, if you want to get the Scoremaster and the envelope box together, we've got a deal for you today, £18 or $23, saving you 30%. So if you want to be making all of your own boxes, all of your own envelopes, we've made it really affordable for you to be able to do that today, which is fantastic. Kirsten saying, awesome box. Robin saying, Sarah, I love your live. Thank you so much for the masterclass. Christine saying, you're awesome. Jen saying, it's beautiful. And Karen's already got the peekaboo, so can't wait for the demo. You're not going to have to wait much longer, Karen.
Well, have you seen what an absolute tip I've got down here? I've got stuff everywhere, Joe. I'll need a couple of minutes to get myself tidied up and turned round. Oh, I know what you could do. I know what you could do, Joe. You said you've got that awesome craft vault. Why don't you give them a preview?
Oh, what a great idea. Yes, all the Craft Vault deals live right now over on the website, craftscompanion.com.co.uk.eu. So definitely get over there and have a look at all of the deals. I'll give you a sneaky peek in just a minute or so.
Perfect. Right, so what I've done is, do you know what? I thought I'd make my base inside out. And then I really don't need to, because you're going to see I was thinking, we want to see the green. I've made it right, never mind. I've stuck my glue on the other side, so I'm just going to stick my base inside out. Don't look too close, guys. You'll get the idea, right? I was thinking, I'll do that and I'll do green on the inside. Well, there's no point doing green on the inside because you won't see it. So you're going to have a nice, perfect box on the inside with no edges showing. I've had to stick my edges around the outside just for the purposes of the demonstration. I will absolutely finish that and make another nice base, because look, it only took me like 2 minutes. How good's that? How cute is that box with those double-sided edgeables? That is like next level edgeable making, but we just did that. Now I know it took me about 15 minutes, but that is literally from the beginning. Usually with the demos I like to have a little bit prepped in advance to show you, but I just think it's, even to do it right from the beginning, you've been able to see it all from there. It just looks spectacular. Right, that is the Edgeables then. Remember, you can't, if you just want to go for a couple, that was the stars. The hearts is the one that I did. Where did I put my hearts card? It's somewhere. Yep, this is why we need to tidy up. The heart is another favourite if you're wanting to go for the hearts as well. The butterflies are probably the most popular one. So by all means, if you just want to flick through, any two for £22 or $32. The details on the bottom of the screen there. So it's a brilliant multi-buy if you just want to get a couple. The details on the side of your screen is if you're like me and you're like, I can never choose. I always have to have all of them, and you want all 8 of them. So it's completely up to you whether you just go for a couple or you want to go for all 8. Make sure if you haven't got it, you absolutely need that scoreboard. You're going to see I'm going to use the envelope box next so that you can see kind of the next piece that goes with it, and we'll use them with them lovely peekaboo stamps. But yeah, they're just Edgeables are literally fabulous. And we're only halfway through our masterclass. I've got loads more to show you.
Still so much more to come. A great point for me to give you a little bit of a heads up, a little sneaky preview as to some of the stuff that's coming up in Craftwork for you. Right, where shall we start? Merry and Bright, the 3D embossing folder, always so popular. So many of you using this extra time you have to get a great head start on all of your Christmas crafting. This is fantastic to allow you to do that. I love this sort of classic Christmas font that you've got. We're looking at least half price on everything in the craft vault today as well. So the prices, well, they're amazing. £3.49 to get this shirt, or £4.99 if you are in the US. Definitely grab that. So that's the first one. That is our 3D embossing folder. Oh, you don't have to ask me twice. It's time to eat cake and drink Prosecco. Absolutely, it is. I love this. Really, really playful. One of our gorgeous acrylic stamps that we've got here. And you can see matted up. It doesn't really need an awful lot more. Bit of an inky background on there. A few gems. What a really lovely, clean, clear, crisp card for you to give to someone. And check out the price. I mean, we're practically giving it away. £1.24. or $1.47 to get that. Pop that into your basket. You'll hardly notice it's in there. Oh, Silhouette Hedgehog, which is this one here. We talked earlier about paper piecing. This would be a fantastic one to allow you to paper piece. So you can see it cuts out that floral, or what you can use, almost use it as a mask. So cut it in something quite plain, put a little bit of mirror or glitter or Centura Pearl behind it, and again, it really will pop. $3.49 or $5.97 if you want to go for that one. Oh, festive words are these ones over here, continuing that festive theme. It's festive words too, and in here you've got holiday cheer, happy holiday, Noel, peace, ho ho ho, and merry and bright. You get all of them in there. 6 dies total. $7.49 or $10.49 on that one. Again, a half price saving is what you've got. Oh, pop out die with, oh, now this one, no pun intended, I love this one. It is fantastic. So you look at it there, doesn't look like there's an awful lot going on, does it? But it's a concept card that you're going to be able to create with this. You've got a concept die for £4.99 or $6.47. It's great value. So let me show you how this works and what you're going to be able to create. So this is the card, but look what happens when you open it up. You've got that, and look at all of that dimension. Remember you had like pop-up storybooks as a kid? It's exactly the same thing, but with a card project, and I think it's gorgeous. Cut it in a whole host of different sort of pattern cardstocks and mirror, Centura, get your glitter cards involved in there as well. Loads of things that you can do with that. And also it's really quite straightforward to cut that. It will go through your junior and your smaller machines too. $4.99, $6.47 if you want to go for that one. Now we're going to go for the foil stamp die, the Leon border and corner. Now I know borders and corners can sometimes maybe feel a bit boring, but the thing is with them, they're great because they're so versatile, because you can actually layer them up and create things like you know, frames and flourishes, and of course corners as well. You're going to get in here the border and the corner, and you can see when it's foiled, that's just the border done 3 times, and it gives you that really, really lovely effect there. Great to use in conjunction, of course, with your Gemini foil press. Get those while they're on a half price deal. $7.49 or $7.97 gets you the border and the corner there. Star of Bethlehem, the metal die in our winter, from our Winter Wonderland collection. This is always popular when we bring it to you. Half price at $6.49, and it's just a beautiful die. The thing is about this, what you've got is the ability to remove the outside edge, which means that you can cut in to create the layer, and you've got the ability to cut the mat as well. You can cut the whole thing together at the same time. So loads of different options when it comes to using that one. $6.49 or $8.47. The Chloe embossing folder, this one is fantastic. So it's a cut and emboss. Now, normally with a cut and emboss, it'd do that. It'd emboss it, it'd cut it out for you. What has happened here though, you've then got extra dies in this pack to then embellish further the element that you have already cut and embossed. So it means that you can get a really great project done in no time at all, just by embellishing the extra elements. So you've got the cutting done, you've got the embossing done, and then all the detailed embellishments to go on top. $12.49 or $17.49 if you want to go for that one. And then one more, the last one. is this one. Oh, I'm missing the Le Grand shell. I've got a sample actually for that. So this one is the embossing folder, Ocean Waves. Now, I'd never seen acetate embossed before. How fabulous is that? Can you see what's happened there? Look how that is embossed beautifully there. So it really does give it really quite striking. I do love that. Let me show you as well. So that one is $2.99 or $3.97 for that embossing folder. Let me share with you as well the Grand Shell too. So this is the last one that we've got for you. It cuts this wonderful large statement shell from the Nautical collection. Sara Signature Nautical Metal Die Grand Shell, $3.99 or $5.47. All of the details from the vault and live right this very minute over on the website under the Masterclass show. So go into there. All the Craft Vault items will be tagged with that Craft Vault logo so you can seek them out easily and get them into your basket. Right, let me pop all this off to one side. I'll be going through that again with you later as well at the end of the show. Peekaboo. Very, very busy. 40% of Peekaboo has sold out and gone already, so make sure you grab this. Doesn't take into account everyone that's ordering at the moment. Now the frame, the square frame, is $12.99 or $18.95. Look at the price you're paying. You're paying $12.99 or $18.95 for everything. So you're going to get the 2 stamp and die sets included free of charge when you buy the frame. Also, the frame works with all of the words as well. So if you're going for the words, whether it's the regular words or the festive words that are also on the show, the frame is what's going to allow you to cut the aperture into the cards. It's a really, really versatile die. You're going to be able to use it for lots of things, even just for putting windows in, doing things like shaker cards as well. Loads you're going to be able to do with that, so definitely great to have it. Keep commenting away, keep sending us your pictures as well. Hopefully we'll get to have a look at those a little later in the show. Oh, Maxine's asking, Joe, could you please ask Sara to do a masterclass showing all the foam flowers in the HSN auto ship? When did we do a flower forming masterclass? It wasn't long ago, was it?
Oh, we did. It was about a week and a half
I'd say so, yeah.
But you know what? You can use all of the same techniques that I showed you with all of the different flowers. So basically, once you learn how to cup, bubble and ruffle, try that with all of the different styles, and you just get different shaped petals. So it's exactly the same techniques. I will absolutely try and fit some classes in if we can, but it's the same techniques as the dies that I showed you the demonstrations with. So I hope that makes a bit of sense.
Yes, so definitely go back and check all of that out. Loads of you still commenting along here. Kirsten saying the deal's right. That's why I have to agree with you, Kirsten. They are pretty amazing. Now, any questions you've got about absolutely anything whatsoever, keep getting them into me. Let me know what you're up to. I'd love to know what is on your craft desk this afternoon if you're here in the UK or in Europe. It's lunchtime if you're in Europe or wherever you are in the US. So many of you up in the middle of the night joining us, and we absolutely love that. Okay, Sara, what have you got next for us?
Okay, so I said we were going to do an envelope, and we were going to do an envelope with our cut-in. Now, what I'm going to do, just to show you how versatile they are, I think that one of the reasons the Peekaboo is so popular is because you actually buy the 2 frame die. So you buy the set of 2 frame dies, and you get the 2 lots of the Peekaboos free. So you get the little bear one and you also get the little bunny one free. Now these frame dies also work beautifully well with all of your words. So I'm going to use the frame die with the words to show you how they both work, and then you could use the frame die with your bear and you think in exactly the same way. Does that make sense?
Total sense.
Total sense. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to go into Sara teaching mode, and we're going to learn how to do 3D envelope boxes, right? So 3D. And what I'm going to do is, this is the instruction manual. I'm going to walk you through step by step with the instructions. You get on the first couple of pages, these are all of the instructions that talk you through step by step how to do all the different envelopes. Then you've got 4 pages of sizes in millimeters, okay? Then we get on to our inches. So this is for flat envelope, 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, or 1 inch deep. So how deep should we make our envelope, Joe?
Oh, I don't know.
Do you want to go? Should we do a big wig one?
I think so. Bigger the better.
Should we go 3? Let's go 3/4 for a bit of a change, right? So if you're doing the first decision is how deep do you want it? So you could, like we said, you can do flat, 1/2 inch, 3/4, or an inch. So I've turned to the page which is 3/4. So now everything you're looking at on that page is the size guide for what you can do for an envelope that's 3/4 of an inch. Now, can you see there's 3 different colours? That's because everything in white you can make with a sheet of A4 or US letter card. Everything in blue you need A3 or 12 by 12. Everything in yellow you need bigger for. So as I'm going to use our fabulous Centura Pearl, I thought we'll do a nice lilac one this time, should we? Right? I need to do a size for you that can come from the whites. Now, when you're doing this at home, you're probably going to measure your card and then make the card fit the envelope. For me, it's just for the purposes of demonstration. Now, let's have a look. I'm going to do it with this in. So I'm going to measure how wide this is, right? So it is just over, 1, 2, 3, 4, just less than 5 inches. So as long as we do a card, I'm going to go 5.5 inches so that I've got a bit of give on it, right? Which means I'm in this channel here. So I'm just going to block the rest of this off so it doesn't confuse you, okay? So in terms of making it out of A4, I'm going to do, let's do this size here. 5.5 by a 4-inch envelope, because that's in the white section, which means I can make it with my A4 card. So my card needs to be 8.25 inches, and I'm using lines D and G. So the very first thing we're going to do, Joe, is we're going to cut our card to 8.25 inches. Now A4 is already 8.25 inches wide, so it just needs to be made 8.25 the other way. So if I take this 8.25 inches.
So when you're using the envelope box, so are you, the markings that are in the manual,
Yep.
is that the size of the envelope you're making, or is that the size of the card that the envelope's going to fit?
So the envelope we're doing is a 5.5 inch by 4-inch envelope. So that's what our finished, well, the envelope's not going to be that size, it's going to fit a card that's that size.
Perfect.
Right? So 8.25 inches, D and G. This is the right square. Now, can you see the other thing it's told me? Use position 1 and 3. So on your envelope box creator, right, these are the positions. So can you see, it might be a little bit like 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got 4 steps on here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use those score lines. Now I keep putting, here's my other scoring tool. You want this scoring tool as well. It comes with it, but it's the nice small one. So we do 2 scoring tools. You want the one with the very, very fine edge when we're making envelopes. It's the most accurate. These ones here are more for decorative embossing. So you want that nice fine edge one. So I'm going to have my envelope box. We were using, remember, 8.25 inch square, D and G, position 1 and 3. So let me just show you what that means. We'll go into position 1, okay? So 1's in the corner, and you'll find it then lines up with this top bit here, and also this bottom bit down there, lines up in 3 areas. And the first line was D, so we score D, right? So that is D at position 1. Then what you do is you take it up to position 3, because that is the other line for a 3/4 inch envelope box. So position 3, and we do line D again. Always the same line on opposite corners. So let's flip that right over. Because this was D, this is going to be D as well. So into position 1, line it up, D, then you go into position 3, we're going to hold it there, and we're going to do line D again. So that was D. What was the other line?
G.
G. Oh, he has been listening. He's listening very intently at the moment, right? So I come along to G, and I score my G, go up into position 3, and score G again, right? And then I turn right over into position 1, score G, into position 3, score G. Now every envelope is exactly that same technique, and you'll end up with something that looks like this with all the score lines on. And what you're going to do is you're going to fold them over and just give them a nice crease. Now I've specifically chosen doing like a 3D box envelope, because I think if I was doing a lot of card making, if I'm going to go to the trouble of making an envelope box, you're going to want a really good looking thick envelope box. This is brilliant for like your foam flowers. If you've done cards with foam flowers on, 3/4 of an inch or an inch deep are absolutely spot on. Then in the bottom corners, what you do is you cut along the line, and then cut the little wedge out, and then just the rest of this, can we see? So I'll show you that again. You're going to cut along the line and cut a little wedge out like we would if we were making a box. and then this little edge here gets taken out altogether. So those are our bottom pieces. And then in the top, you're just going to cut out this whole thing. So I'm just going to round it, and I'm right-handed, so I find it easier to round to my right like this. So there's one edge out, and then rounding it round, and then there's my other edge out. So this is my template ready to make my envelope. And you can see what we're going to do is when we're going to stick it together is those are going to stick underneath. So it's going to assemble like a box first of all. So I'm going to stick my corners in like a box. Once it's made up like a box, we're then going to stick the base parts on just like you would an envelope. So you can see how that's coming together to make an envelope. But before we do that, we're going to put our die cut piece into the front. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my nice shape design. This is what I was saying. I was trying to make this the right shape to fit the design that we've got. So I'm going to pop that in there, but I'm going to turn it right round because obviously you want it cutting into the card. So we'll pop that there, and then a little bit of tape to hold that in place.
Half the stock of that Peekaboo has sold out and gone. Remember, you'll be able to get all the items individually. You won't get them for free with this element, though, when you get them once it's sold out. Carol says she ordered the envelope box last week, used it for the first time yesterday. It is fantastic, is what she said, which is fantastic. Deborah Spencer is saying good morning from Texas. How are you? I'm good. Sarah, how are you?
Very good.
Fantastic.
Very good, yes. Had a lovely weekend, thank you, just at home with the kids. Now, what I'm doing is I'm going to put the words, so we've got all the words, we've got a collection in for Christmas and a section for regular ones, so have a little look, and I'm going to pop the word here to kind of keep the same frame going all the way through. Does that make sense? And I'm going to stick this, just like Edgeables, leave the bit that's connected, stick this on the top. All make sense?
Yep, following you.
Right, so all I'm going to do now is pop that through the machine. So you want your base cutting plate. We're going to put our die on there. You've got your clear, your magnetic, and then your top plate. Now, I would say this technique, because we're cutting into an envelope, it's better to have your larger Gemini, just for positioning. The dies obviously fit through the smaller one, but if you want to basically cut out a whole envelope template, that's pretty big, and then we just want to position it into your Gemini.
Wonderful. Don't forget as well, details on your screen are for those words that you've got. £10 gets you all of them. Thanks, live, thinking, hope, and it goes perfectly with the square frame that you can see that you're getting in with these Peekaboos. So definitely add that in as well. I mean, then you've got $22.99. You've got 4 words, the 2 Peekaboos, and the frame. It's fantastic value.
Right, so what I'm doing now, Joe, is I'm just taking the tape off where I've got that frame, and I'm going to join this up with a craft knife. So all I'm going to do is continue this down here, and then join it to this part here. And then the same again, I'm going to bring a little bit out here, and join this all down here. So now what we have is wishes with that beautiful frame cut out. And what I would advise then is you want some acetate, she says optimistically, to see if we've got any acetate under here. We've generally got a couple of bits, oh here we go, here's some bits of acetate.
We've got some on the show though.
Have we?
Fantastic.
Awesome.
The heat resistant one, free for £10 or $14.
This is that heat resistant one. So what did we say our envelope size was going to be in the end?
5.5
by 4. So all you would want to do is go and cut your acetate to 4. Oh, do you know, that's it. I always find if you want to cut acetate, cut it with another piece of cardstock behind as well. It gives you a much neater kind of cut. So there's my acetate. I'm just going to stick that behind. So plenty of tape all the way around the edge, and we can stick that in place. You do need to stick an aperture in for these ones though, because you do want it to stand out. So you can see there, if we are making a 5.5 by 4 card, you can see how that would fit in absolutely beautifully. And then to assemble the envelope, we're just putting these base pieces down, folding these in, like I said that you would if you were making, you know, just think about it as like making a box. And then these come in here, and we're just going to put a little thin strip of tape up the edge of these parts here. There we go. Look, I get all this stickiness all over me mat, and then in the break when we're over at you, I whip out me what you call it? We stick away, a little bit of stick away on it, and we actually I'm going to be really good. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to get in with my scissors.
Can I say I never thought about how do you stick down the final flap, Sarah?
We have a product on the website called envelope gum.
Oh, okay.
We just took a restock delivery last week, actually.
Amazing.
So if you get yourself some envelope gum, you could put envelope gum on the back of your envelope. Now, I wouldn't really use it with card envelopes. It's brilliant for paper, but how good's that? Envelope with a little aperture design in the front.
Absolutely beautiful. Something about, I mean, you know, personalised, handmade cards are amazing, but when you go to the effort to personalise the envelope as well, that is going to give you something really special. Tina is saying she's already got the Ultimate Pro, Sarah, so does she need to get the envelope boxer?
Do you know what? Yes, you do. So in the Pro, you have I got my Pro down here. Yep, I can show you. So in the Pro, you can see here, you've got 6 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines, and you can do flat envelopes or ones that are a quarter of an inch deep. With this one, look how many more lines you've got, and you've got 3 different options, actually 4 different options of how you want to make them. This is designed as an add-on to your Pro. So can you see it actually clips into the Pro so that you can use it to make more envelopes. So it's an add-on board. This one does 1,000 envelope sizes. Your Ultimate Pro does about 30.
1,000?
So there are 1,000 sizes just in this book. 1,000 instructions there. So do you need it as an add-on? Absolutely. It's the same. So your scoring board, you've got all of your score lines for your standard sizes of card, whereas your scoreboard is going to give you all of your different score lines every 1/8 of an inch. So it just gives you a lot more opportunity for accurate scoring, really.
Wonderful, so perfect, almost like an expansion pack then to the Ultimate Pro. So a lot of you already own the Ultimate Pro. Shadai says, love it. I would have the teddy bears peeping out inside. It's completely up to you how you put them together. Lynn saying, love my Ultimate Pro. Butch is saying, maybe a masterclass for the Ultimate Pro, Sarah. How do we feel about that?
Yes, so I was going to do a masterclass on the Ultimate Pro, but do you know what's really difficult is? It's different sizes in the UK to what it is in the US.
Right.
So I'd have to do separate masterclasses for our UK people and our US people, which is why I keep doing the ones on the scoring boards, because you all use the same sizes there.
There you are. So
there is
now you
method
know.
behind me madness.
John is saying, add some glitter or sparkly bits and a piece of Centura behind the hashtag. You've got yourself a shaker card box. Loving that idea.
Love that idea.
Shake a box. That sounds fantastic. We love that. Loads of you are shopping along. Now, how are we doing stock-wise, Johnny? How are we doing Peekaboo? Half the stock has gone. If you want the Peekaboo, you're going to need to be quick for that. Let me just show you what you're getting. So, yes, you're getting the square frames, but you're also then getting the bunny, and you can see the bunny backside, bunny front side. And you've got all of the dies and also then the stamps that you need to create something gorgeous. We're then getting the bear as well. So you can say it's all about making the inside and the outside of your projects equally as special. So you've got everything that you need in there. $12.99 is just the cost normally of the frame. $12.99 gets you these as well. So it should be $26.97 for all of it. However, today in the UK, $12.99. In the US, should be almost $40. Now, the words, because what you've got is, because you've got the square frame, what it means is the words fit beautifully within that. Not just these words I'm going to show you, all of the word dies of this type that we bring you will all fit into that square frame. So in here, you've got thinking, and then this is what it looks like when it's made up onto a beautiful project. You've also got believe. You can and you will is how this has been put together. And again, let me just show you how that translates onto a finished project. You can see just how beautiful that is. And that's not used with an aperture in, that's just been used, is that in that one? It's been used actually with a base over the top behind it. So you can do that if you want to. You've got live here as well. And you can see there how that translates into a gorgeous project as well. And then you've got, I don't have a board for this one, you've got hope there too. All 4 of those for £10 or $20. That's £2.50 or $5 per set, which is amazing. I've also got some Christmas ones. Would you like me to show you those? Now, in the Christmas set, you get 7 here for £20. So the value is equally as good. You've got Joy. I love this finished project there. You've also got Peace, and that's how that cuts. We have got Santa, as you can see there. Beautiful. And again, you've got the ovals here. Some are made in the ovals, some are done with the squares. You've got Sparkle, which is wonderful. And again, these are, you know, Believe. I don't think these are, you know, Christmas, yes, but all year round as well? Absolutely. You've got Noel there as well. I don't know where my Believe's got confused. And then you've got Wishes there too. So you get all of them, £20 or $30. And again, it works beautifully because you've got the Peekaboo, the square frame in the Peekaboo. It means it all works so well together. The Edgeables, now, very, very busy for them. The Ornate Edgeables, very, very busy. £41 gets you all 6 of these. A quarter of the stock's gone. All the details are there online about all the ones that include. You're going to get Edwardian Rose, Venetian Scrolls, traditional lace. You've got the hearts, you've got the ornate henna and the butterfly lace. This is my favourite one, so I'm just going to show you this one again. This is the ornate henna, but it shows you how you can get something very different. So there's it used as a, I'm going to call it a tenfold stepper. Would that be what we'd call that? Is that all right? Is that all right? Okay, I'll go with that one. And then you've got this design as well. Very different card stocks, different colour tones, different way of using it. You can do all of those edgeable designs with all of these dies as well. £41, $58. How much of the stock is gone here? Quarter of the stock gone there. Now, I remember so many more of you watch this show back than watch it live. Also, don't forget as well, the double-sided dies. Really, really busy here. So in this one, you're going to get the fleur-de-lis, and then you're also going to get the butterfly, the beautiful, pretty florals. You've got the hearts. You have got the garden border, the stars, that beautiful lily, and of course the diamond lattice in there as well. All 8 of those, £75 or $110. Remember, double-sided die, doing double the amount of work, basically double the metal for your money in there as well. We've got about 20 minutes left on this show. I can see Sara's got loads she wants to get through before the end, so I better hand you back over.
I did promise you that I would show you how to do that Z-fold card. And this one here is a fantastic one to do with those ornate edgeables. So while we've still got some ornate edgeables, I'm absolutely going to show you this one here. Now, I'm going to use the Centura pearl that we've got on the show. Bear in mind, you get the pastel collection, and then we've got the like the precious metals, it's called, where it's got the different metallic colours. I'm going to use the pastel one. Now, just because someone was asking about it, I'm going to use the Ultimate Pro here, just to show you, because this is A4, I'm going to do my half fold and a gatefold, right? This is how this whole one works. So you've got the half fold, then the gatefold. Those of you watching in the US, it's exactly the same technique, but with your 8.5 by 11, you want the half fold and the gatefold. Now I'm going to do one, and then I'm going to bring another sheet in and do it again. So you do the half fold and then also the gatefold again. And that's the easiest way. The Z folds are actually really easy once you know how to do them. And it's all a case of just having a card. Doesn't have to be exactly A4, you can cut it down a little bit, but you want a half fold and a gatefold. So there's my cutting already done, okay? Now what you do is we're going to cut a panel to go on the bottom. So I'm going to cut this panel. Let's have a look. I think I'll cut it. I can always trim it down a little bit. So if I cut it maybe at 3.5 inches, and then I'll trim it down a little bit just to go right. So to do a Z fold card, you've got your, can you see? Here's my Z fold card. And then all we do is this piece, we take it and flip it over because it's going to stick on there like this. Yep. Now, if you want it with the lilac showing, fold it inside out and then stick it back on. So you can see there we've got the shaping. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to first of all cut across the Z fold. So this die, which I just didn't quite tap all my bits out of earlier, is going to fit perfectly on there. So can you see? And remember what I showed you about where you're going to put the tape. We're going to put the tape across this top bit so that it's only sticking to the bit. We're not going to rip our card because that's the bit that's going to come away. All right. So in here, just going to pop that in there. Ready? And we'll go into the machine. We're going to go with our. Let's get the rest of the plates out. we've got our clear cutting plate first, then the magnetic, then you're going to go with your top cutting plate, and then that's going to go ready through the machine. And I'm going to, just to speed things along, there we go, just to speed things along, I won't do the embossing as well, I'll just cut them. But to be honest, the die's a bit, with the pressure from a Gemini, you're pretty much going to get the emboss anyway on there. So that lifts on there. And if we just lift all of that off, this is a beautiful one for releasing nice and easy. Can we see that there? Then I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to put it on the other half, just tap all those little bits out that are left. I'm going to pop it on the other half of the card. Make sure that's stuck down again. Same sandwich, and then send that through.
A lot of people asking about the double-sided dies, Sarah.
Yep.
And are these the same ones that are coming on the HSN Auto ship, or are these different ones?
Yes, so if you did if you ordered on the HSN, then if you ordered the auto ship program when you got into HSN, you've got the original ones that launched. There was a couple of extras that were available at the time, and then the future auto ships. In the UK, we can't do auto ships like HSN do, so they got. Basically, there's a couple that will only ever be available in the auto ships. But if you're in the auto ship program, you will be getting these.
Wonderful,
yes.
Thank you for that.
No problem. That's why it's good to be able to answer all these questions live, isn't it? So, right, I'm just lifting this off. So, there is my base. And what we're going to do then is we're going to just bring in, just with the scissors, and just trim off that little bit in the centre that was just kind of a little bit of excess. So, that is the Z fold on the card, and that is going to fold over and line up perfectly. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take it onto the top of the card as well. So again, just tapping out the excess, and I'm going to get the top of my card, and let's do it, here we go, across the front panel first. So we're going across here like this, and we're just going to hold that in place. You see, it's actually pretty quick once you get started, Joe, isn't it? You think you've got that, I keep thinking, oh, I've got all this time while it's going through the machine, but actually 10 seconds isn't that long. So a base card like this, it really is, well, you'll have seen, I've done what? How many different techniques have we covered in this couple of hours? Ooh. We've done the butterfly card with the side fold, we've done the box, we've done the double-sided die over the tent fold, we've done the envelope with a cut in the front. We've got quite a few done. It's been a productive masterclass, hasn't it? Right, so that lifts off the top there, and then I'm going to put the same one right down this side here. And look at that, one piece of tape for all four of these. I'm being super efficient. Yeah, there we go.
Loads of love still for the envelope box as well in the comments. Deborah saying, always using mine. June saying, just ordered the envelope box thingy is how June describes it.
Because a lot of people, you know, find it really scary, and I can understand. Because look, I just did that demo there, and it does look quite advanced. But once you've made like half a dozen, you'll be like, oh, it is actually really easy. It just looks complicated until you know what you're doing with it. So it's one of them things, you've got to get it out and have a bit of a play with it, right? Here we go. So here's my Edgeable. Now I've got quite a bit of popping out to do, but we can easily do that. So let's have a look. Here we go. So there, that piece there, and then this one here. We're just going to pop scissors behind, cut that, and then trim this part here. We make all of these dies just less than 6 inches. Do you know what it is? Do you know why those haven't popped out as easily, Joe? Because I was really lazy, and I didn't, between each use of the die, I didn't pop all of these out. So now these are full with 2 or 3 layers of paper in them, which means it won't cut as effectively. Now, it's still cut them, but it won't quite cut as effectively. So don't be like Sarah. Make sure you sit and pop your dies out every time you use them. Make sure you give them a good pop, and then you'll get a nicer finish. What
would you use on something this detailed? Something like, would a brush work?
Well, the problem is I've got my brush. I've lost my bottom part of my brush.
Oh, I mean, so, on the die,
you need like the little foam. Oh yes, what you should be doing is really have your die like this over top of the brush, base, and then look how all of those come out really easily. I
see.
Yep. But if you've got them over, you do kind of need something to prop it up on. and then you don't end up doing all of this. So a little bit of time that I've saved in between using that die, I've cost myself it at the other end of the project, haven't I? So that'll teach me. Lesson learned.
Tony saying always wanted to do a Z-fold. Beautiful use of the dies. Still talking about the envelope box. Kerry Russell saying it's a must-have tool. Rosalind says she got the envelope box before she got the Ultimate. Such a necessary tool. Loads of you loving that. Don't forget it's on a great deal today as well. £18 gets you the envelope box and the Scoremaster, or $23 if you're in the US. With the Gemini Lace Edgeables die collection as well, that's what you're looking at here. £41 to get this in the UK. 30%, almost a third of the stock gone now, getting very busy. $58 if you're in the US. You can go for any two for £15 or $24 if you want to cherry pick, or maybe you're just completing your collection, then you've got the option to do that as well. So price point for everyone in this show. Don't forget as well that craft vault coming up in the next sort of 5-10 minutes or so. We'll go through that again in a bit more detail. A lot of you, a lot of the stock of a lot of those already gone. So do get across now to the website and have a look at all the items that will be coming up in the craft vault. How are you getting on with your poking out there?
Right, I'm almost poked out, so we'll be ready to put the card together. And I thought, you know what, let's take an extra minute or two and do a little bit of matting and layering and getting this looking absolutely perfect, because it will look fabulous. And that Centura Pearl, the pastels, is brilliant in terms of giving you something like a really, really nice base to work from. So I'm not going to do any, not going to put any decoration on, but I am going to do a little bit of the matting and layering. So there's all me popped out pieces. You're ready to go. So can you see how this bit sticks flat to here and this bit sticks to there, and you can see that we've got that lovely shape. Now, how deep do we think we want that card to be, George? Do you think that's quite a nice depth?
I think that's nice, yeah.
I think that's nice. So if we pop that there and then bring that in, this is where your envelope box would come in great, you see, because then you could just do the matching envelope. So do you know what? If we took this down a little bit, that would be 6 inches. I think that would be quite nice, wouldn't it, if we did it at 6 inches? Yeah, we'll stick that one right on the bottom. Oh, I'm asking a lot of you there, Guillotine, but you've lived up to the challenge. You have lived up to the challenge, right? So we can stick some nice panels on here with the Centura Pearl. So I'll just do a tiny little bit of matting and layering, Joe. Give us a couple of minutes and we'll be ready to go.
No problem at all. Remember, loads still to come, not just today, but all week here on Crafters TV for you. We've got Monday Makers coming out this evening. Myself and Leanne will be here with you from 4 PM in the UK, so it's 11 AM on the East Coast, through till 6. And then also tomorrow, loads are coming up as well. Soft Side Life will be here in the morning at 11 AM if you're in the UK. Tomorrow night there will be the launch party will be with you, so from 4 PM here in the UK. And I've got another masterclass Wednesday. There's Creative Cravings. We've got double cartload on Thursday. There's Colour Me Happy on Friday. We've also got as well Best Of coming your way on Saturday. That show just continues to get busier and busier and busier. So all of your highlights of the week in one place. And then there's even more, because of course we have the HSN preview on Friday. What a way to end the week here from 10 AM if you're on the East Coast. So make sure you join in. We'll be giving you a heads up of all the deals that are coming up on HSN next week. So you'll be able to join us over on HSN next week as well. Make sure you've got all the details there. Now I can see Sara's using the tape pens there. Don't forget about the tape pen deal. It's the deal when it comes to the tape pens. A lot of you wait for a great deal on them. They're very, very busy and they sell out all the time at full price. But the deal that everyone waits for is this deal right here. So if you've been waiting, this is the deal that you need to order. £31.92 or £47.92. You buy 8, we send you 12. You can multi-order if you want to. I know there'll be a lot of you going for at least a couple of those. I don't know how often. Well, we don't bring it back that often. The Peekaboo, 60% of the Peekaboo is sold out and gone. I'm going to say to you, I'm going to put my neck on the line and say that's going to sell out definitely by the end of today, the amount of people that watch these shows back, tens of thousands of you watch these shows back afterwards. If you are watching back afterwards, please check the stock of the Peekaboo, because I think that's going to be the first thing that sells out in this show. It's exceptionally busy. The Peekaboo as well, you buy the frame, we give you the 2 die and stamp sets included free of charge, which is fantastic. So that is a brilliant, brilliant deal on that one. Don't forget as well, the craft vault coming up in just a few minutes' time. Now, how are you getting on over there, Sarah?
Oh, I've done my matting and layering, and I'm just on the last bit of assembly. So can you see I'm sticking that front part on, and then on the back, what I did was I used my flat tape pen for stick the base, and then I put the double-sided, the dotty tape pen, sorry, on there. I've got double-sided on the brain, and I'm just lining them up at the bottom. And I think that looks pretty spectacular in terms of shaped card. Isn't that and it's one of them ones whereby unless you see it made, people never have a clue how it's been done. And it is just, them Edgeables were made for doing cards like this. And I think in that lovely Centura pearl, it just looks da bomb. Da bomb, Joe. It looks da bomb. I think that's a lovely size, that.
And loads of you are going to be able to do with that. And remember, it all starts with you getting those beautiful, beautiful dies, which are beautiful. Sarah, I have loved today. It's been so much fun. Loads of inspiration. It's been great, isn't it?
It has. I feel like it's one of them ones I've had to go into my own little space because we've done some pretty advanced stuff. So let's just go back to the beginning, okay? Edgeables is very, very easy. If you want to start very simple, you just want to get I would definitely recommend getting the Ornate ones. The ones that are on the screen are the ones that are brilliant to kind of get you started. If you haven't already got them, they're very, very intricate in terms of level of cutting detail, but lovely big designs. So that was the most simple, just cutting on the edge. Then I went and showed you how to do that beautiful easel, and I think these are the easel cards are just wonderful, and the idea of cutting the Edgeable on the base and on the top and bottom of your card, just look at that there, it really gives it that kind of next level as it was. Now if you're moving on to the double-sideds, I then showed you how to do, I put all my cards up on the back because I was so proud of them, I then showed you how to do that one where we cut on the top of the card, so it gives you a lovely base for you to have loads of space to work at, but you've got that design going around the top. And then you can also use your double-sided Edgeables. Remember, we made a whole box and we did the decoration on the box with those double-sided Edgeables. So it just shows you how far you kind of can be taking this if you want to do something really advanced with it. Then don't forget the envelope maker. If you haven't already got it, make sure you get that while we've got it on a deal. It's brilliant to learn how to do the dimensional envelopes, but then not only how to do the dimensional envelopes, how to do them, and then we can use that. This is the frame from the Peekaboo, whilst we've still got some left. $12.99 for the set of frames, but you get the 2 Peekaboo dies free. It's worth it to have the frames because the frame then works with all of your word Edgeables that we have as well. And then of course the very, very last thing that we've just done there is then how do we culminate in something like one of these fabulous Z-fold cards with the Edgeables. That's quite, look, I think that's a pretty good masterclass we've covered off today. Lots of fairly advanced techniques there to show you. No, it's been lovely. But don't remember, I'm just the warm-up act. As Joe says, I'm just the amuse-bouche for the main deal, because I know actually loads of you just stay tuned through the end of the show because you want to see Joe in his craft vault, and today everything he's got is less than half price. So it's that time of the show where we can go down into Joe's craft vault.
Yes, hello, it is that time, craft vault time. I have been rummaging away around the warehouse, terrorising people over at HQ, nagging them to get you amazing deals on fantastic products. And that's exactly what we've got for you in today's craft vault, because everything is going to be at least half price, which is amazing. It really, really is great deals that we've got coming up for you. Now, embossing folders are great. But we go one step further. We bring you 3D embossing folders. It means that you've got multiple layers of depth to that emboss, and it means really that it gives you much more depth and much more dimension, and you can really see how that translates when you've got something like this. Can you see there with the gilding wax? just how detailed that is. Great with your gilding wax, wonderful with your other inky techniques as well, because it's a nice big size as well. I mean, if you were sending that as a card, that's a card front pretty much done, maybe a little bow, a bit of an embellishment on there, and it's good to go. And you can get all of that for £3.49. If you're batch making, you're making to sell, you're going to love using this. Minimal outlay, you'll get maximum return on that. The next one we've got for you is Prosecco. It's time to eat cake and drink Prosecco, isn't it just? And this is a really lovely acrylic stamp set. Great for stamping this up. Pop this over an inky background. You can still get your colouring mediums in here as well. You've got a little bit of open space for you to colour in there. I think if you were thinking today, well, I'm going to treat myself to something today, but I don't want to break the bank, £1.24 or $1.47. Pop this into your basket, you're going to hardly even notice it. Really, really lovely little acrylic stamp set there. The next one, the Silhouette Hedgehog. I struggled with that, didn't I? Silhouette Hedgehog is what we're looking at just here. So this is the die, but let me show you how it makes up. So you can see this is what we've got just here. Now, it's a gorgeous detailed die. This one's been double cut and layered up. Wonderful to put, you know, a contrast cardstock behind it too. It's just a really cute little die there for you. If you were into paper piecing as well, I think you're going to love paper piecing that one back together also. So definitely grab that. $3.49 or $5.97 if you want to go for that one. The next one we've got for you are the festive words. Now, 6 dies in total in here. You're going to get holiday cheer, happy holiday, Noel, peace, ho ho ho, and also merry and bright. They are all in there for you, which is fantastic. £7.49 or $10.49, which is brilliant. Now the next one, I know we're not allowed favourites, but if I was allowed favourites in the craft file, this would probably be my favourite, I reckon. It's fantastic because it is a great concept card for you, which is wonderful. So you're going to be able to make something really quickly and really easy. And this is what you're going to be making. Now, what it is, remember like when you were a kid and you had like pop-up storybooks? This is exactly what you've got, but in card form. So you can see it's very simple. Take it through, pass it through your die cutting machine. You score where the machine tells you to score, and then you end up with this fantastic pop-out project. $4.99 if you're in the UK, $6.47 for that one if you are in the US. Now we've got some foil stamp dies for you. If you love your foiling, great to get these when they are half price. This is your Leon border and corner that you have here, and a great idea of what you can make here as the project. This is just using the border, layered that up 3 times, and you've got something brilliant there as well. And that foiling, just giving your projects that real touch of luxury and elegance, which we love. Now, Bethlehem Star. It is the Bethlehem Star, isn't it? Yeah, I called it the Jerusalem Star the other week. I keep calling it a Jerusalem Star. I don't know why. This one is brilliant. This is great as a centre point of a project. In fact, if you had a fairly small Christmas tree, you could make a Christmas tree topper out. At $6.49, the great thing is what we've done is separated, as we so often edge from the detail of the die, and that means that you're able to get the most amount of use out of it. You can cut it in or you can cut it out with or without that matte layer, which is fantastic. So you've got that there. Now the next one we have, this is fantastic. Now the 3D, well, our cut and emboss folders are tremendous, as Sarah would say. However, one step further with this one, because you've also dies to further embellish that embossed and cut project. So these go through again. It gives you perfect elements to layer up and add even more depth and dimension to what you've already cut and embossed. They are fantastic. It should be $24.99. It's worth every single penny of that. It should be $34.99 if you're in the States. However, $12.49 or $17.49 to get this home today, which is brilliant. 2 more for you. This one, again from the Nautical Collection, very, very popular, this Nautical Collection. And this one is the Ocean Waves. This could also be hair as well, I think. Do you not think so? There's something about it giving me hair vibes. I've never seen this done before, and I think it is a genius idea. This is acetate that has been embossed. It just looks gorgeous, and it really does show you all of that detail there that you can get. And of course you can use this on your Miro card, you can use this on your Centura Pearl and get wonderful results as well. $2.99 or $3.97 gets you that one. One more to show for you, Le Grand Shell. The Grand Shell is the last one that we have. Again, it's from that nautical collection. Really great for those under the sea kind of themes that you might have. $3.99 if you are in the UK. $5.47 if you are in the US. That concludes the Craft Vault for today. All of the deals from the Craft Vault over on the website. Of course, they will be within the show you've just seen. So in the masterclass, you'll see little tags on all the products with the Craft Vault logo, and you know those are those great Craft Vault deals that you're able to take advantage of. If you, I hope you have a great day, whatever you're up to. We're going to go and get some lunch. We'll be back here in a few hours, though, because we'll be up with Creative Cravings in precisely 3 hours' time. Myself and Leanne will be here for that. Myself and Sara reunited again tomorrow for Soft Side of Life. So whatever you're up to, I hope you have a wonderful, splendid, creative day, and I'll see you back here soon. Take care.